All right, high rollers, I can't wait for this. A former referee for the Professional Darts Corporation, this guy is now tearing it up on Darts YouTube, and I mean tearing it up. It's great to see and well-deserved too. He's what you might call a grinder, out there on the daily, uploading videos, live streaming. He's mixing it up, folks, and he's on the grind. My guess is he just loves it. You all know YouTube's just a hobby for me, but this guy is the real deal, a true pro. Last I checked, 29,000 subscribers. Heck, it might be 30,000 by now. Jack Langston joins us, the darts referee. Jack, welcome to the show, man. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks very much. This is a great little intro.
Appreciate you being our high roller today. First of all, congrats on all your success. Envious? Hell yeah, I am. But I'm quite pleased for you too. Two things I said in that intro there, that I'm guessing you love it, the daily grind, and that you are a pro, that this is how you make your living. Are both those statements true? My sense is they are.
Oh yeah, I obviously do really enjoy doing it, but no, it's not my full-time job. No, I still have my main job. This is like my little side hustle thing going on.
What a side hustle it is. You must love it. It's got to be very rewarding, because even at my level, I find this hobby rewarding.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I get lots and lots of nice messages. To be honest, I don't really look too much at my comment section, because I'm one of those people where if I get bad messages, it really affects me. So I don't really look at the comments on YouTube. But when people message me on Twitter or DMs or Facebook or Instagram, yeah, it's really supportive, and it's very nice. Nice to hear.
And you have quite a fan base. It must give you a sense of responsibility as well to the fans, because there you are putting out these videos. You care what they think. You want to entertain them. And as the channel grows, you must have this responsibility. I got to keep putting these videos out there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, one thing I try not to do is just upload something that I'm not happy with. So there's been plenty of times where I'll record the video, I'll edit the video, I watch it back, and I just think that's just not a good video. Like, it's not interesting, or it's not cool, so I don't upload it. So I've had that quite a few times actually. But no, I try and stick to sort of 2-3 videos a week and make sure that it's as good as I can make it. And it's as good as an idea as I can think of. And sometimes I'll have times where I'll go a week without uploading, or I might upload 6 videos in a week. It just all depends. I try to upload quality over quantity, but yeah.
Well, exciting times for you, because every time I look, the subscriber count is just surging. You must be loving this. This is a good time to be the darts ref.
Yeah, well, since the World Championships, everything's just gone crazy. Like, I'm getting lots of views on old videos, and lots of old videos have started doing well again. I think it's just because everyone's got that World Championship hype, and everyone wants to watch darts, and they go on YouTube and type in darts, and I'm normally one of the first people who show up, so very, very handy.
I want to talk more about your channel in a second, the platform that you've created, but can you give us a snapshot of your darting background leading up to the PDC, and then maybe a little about your time there, if you could?
Yeah, so I started off playing darts when I was probably about 9 or 10. I played youth events and stuff, and then played for a men's team. I got to about 13 years old, and I got Darditis, and I had that for about 2 years. And then I got rid of it, and then I played again, and I got it again at about 17 years old. And it was pretty obvious when I was probably 15, 16 that I'm not going to be a professional dart player. That's probably very unlikely. So, yeah, I just got into the refereeing stuff. And the thing was, when I was growing up, if you lose, you mark the game, and then you play again, and then you lose, and you mark, and then you play again. So, yeah, it was kind of something that I learned very early, was how to referee darts matches and be good at it as well, because obviously that is important, that you don't make any mistakes or anything like that. And yeah, and then one day there was an exhibition locally, quite local to me. I think I was 17 or 8. I think I might have been 17. I was old enough to drive there, but I wasn't old enough to drink. It was a Steve Beaton exhibition, and I basically said to the guy running it, like, can I mark this? It was like 17 legs of 701 or something. And obviously he was going to say yes, because otherwise he was going to have to do it. And I got to mark for Steve Beaton, and that was really cool. And then I sort of said to him, like, do you know anyone I can speak to do this for the PDC? And he put me in touch with a guy called Dave Armett, and he said, yeah, turn up, come and do some refereeing. And back then there was 16 boards in the PDC. That sometimes they have 32, sometimes they have 16. But it was always 16 back then, and there was probably only about 8 or 9 markers. So I had a place there ready for me. And it just kind of went from there, and the whole thing got bigger and bigger. And there's so many markers who did it now. I think there's probably like a 40-person waiting list to get that sort of job. So I got in there really early, and yeah, done all the marking for a very long time, nearly 6 years, and then pulled out. And then not long after that, decided to start the channel up.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing, the PDC. It's really taken the game to the next level. I like to call it a juggernaut. It's a Goliath. And it's been amazing to watch the growth worldwide. It's a great game, too, darts. I mean, one-on-one, pressure, drama, ebbs and flows, those monster averages. I mean, wow, what a great game we get to watch.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just getting more and more popular. I think in the UK, it's like the second most viewed sport on our TVs after football or soccer, however you like to call it. So yeah, it's growing and it's getting massive now.
You mentioned Darditis. Now, as a guy who's never experienced Darditis, it kind of baffles me because I don't understand it. But as a dart player, you experienced it. Can you talk a little about that affliction? Because it's happened to many a great player.
Yeah, so it doesn't make sense. A lot of people who, when I have it, would try and give me advice how to get rid of it. I had never had it before, and people who've never had it just don't understand it, or never had like it in a. I think there's some other sports where you can get a similar type thing, but if you never had it, it just doesn't make sense, and I totally get that. So when I first got it, I was about 13, and I was playing league darts in the league team with my dad. He played as well, and it started off really small and really subtle, and it was this little. As I went to throw the dart, my arm would pause for the slightest amount of time. But it wasn't affecting my game. It wasn't really affecting anything. You could notice it, probably if you watched it or if you slowed it down. And I definitely noticed it because it was obviously my arm. But it wasn't something that affected my ability or anything like that. But it just got worse and worse to the point where the pauses were getting longer and longer. And there was nothing I could do about it. And it got to the point where it would take me 30, 40 seconds to throw 3 darts. Whereas if you've seen me play, I can probably throw all 3 in like 6 seconds. I'm quite a quickish thrower, but yeah, it was taking like 30, 40 seconds, and it just never went away. I even tried to play left-handed, which is weird as well, that left-handed is perfect and right-handed is not, and I can't even throw the dart properly. So I switched to my left hand for a bit. I hit 2 180s left-handed as well, and it just wasn't the same, and I just decided to stop playing. So I quit for 2 years, come back, and it was just gone. And then I had it again a few years later, but it was nowhere near as bad as it was the first time. I managed to get over it pretty quickly the second time. But yeah, it just feels like there's someone. So it feels like your dart's on the end of a string, and there's someone behind it who's just holding it, and then they decide when to let it go, and then your arm goes. You sort of have no control over it. It's very weird. Yeah, very odd.
It's difficult to watch sometimes. You feel for the guy, and it's great to see when someone overcomes it. You just mentioned something there that's amazing, really. You've hit left-handed 180s?
Yeah, I've hit 2 of them. I did them both in the same day. I must have played left-handed for probably about 8 or 9 months, I reckon, when I had Darditis in my right hand. And I swapped over, and I tried to get good, but it wasn't really going. But then, yeah, I hit 2 180s. They were in the same day at my local pub. And that was it. Never hit any more after that. But yeah, 2 left-handed 180s as well.
That is quite a feat because I've thrown left-handed and I don't even hit the board. So congrats on that. Now, when you were with the PDC, you kind of alluded to it there. Did you always have the channel in the back of your head that you wanted to explore darts in a different avenue? Was that part of the decision to move on?
Not really. No. So I guess I kind of did it in a way. So I stopped with the PDC. I think it was January 2018 was when I stopped. And I found a YouTube channel that I made, I think in 2017, which was going to be a darts channel. And I actually made a video for it and never uploaded it, and then completely forgot about it. So I guess I kind of had the idea, but then it come to 2019. So this was probably 18 months after I'd quit. And I just decided I was going to try it and give it a go. I've always liked the YouTube side of things. I used to make Call of Duty videos and Fortnite videos, and I'd sit there and spend hours editing, and I put loads of time into it. And I just thought, I bought a really nice computer to play video games on, and I thought I might as well do something else with the computer. Like, it's a beast. It's really good. I can edit videos. So if I wanted to make a YouTube channel, I could. But what do I do the YouTube channel about? And the decision was, do I do a gaming one again like I had done before, or do I try and do darts, which is something that obviously I knew extremely well, but I didn't know if there was an audience for it at all. And then obviously there's a decent sized audience for it.
At the Darts Referee on Twitter, the Darts Referee on YouTube as well. As mentioned, you're on a roll ever since the World Championship. Last week, you had 25K, it seems. This morning, 29.1K. Keep it rocking and rolling, sir. Let's talk about the channel. You do it all. Live streams, video uploads, opinion pieces, news, views, essentially everything. Do you have a philosophy in place with respect to the channel, or are you just kind of winging it as you go?
So, I guess I am sort of winging it a little bit. I like to be different. I don't like to do what everyone else is doing, which I think quite a lot of my videos show that. What I'm trying to do with my channel is I'm trying to appeal to, because the thing is, the darts audience in general is absolutely tiny. There's like hardly anything compared to the rest of the world or compared to the rest of English-speaking people. My goal is to make videos that would interest anyone. You don't have to be a darts fan to find my videos interesting. Some of them you do, but some of them you don't. And yeah, the goal has always been to get people who don't watch darts watching darts, or people who don't play darts playing darts. So that's been the goal, and that's what I try and do. And obviously, for the sake of getting good viewers and good subscribers and stuff, you have to branch out of the tiny little niche that we're in and try and interest people who don't go on YouTube specifically to watch darts videos, because there's quite a lot of them. And yeah, so that's been the goal, is to just try and get more people involved, try and get more people over to watching darts on YouTube. I think I've done that pretty well, and try and get more people playing darts. Every now and then I'll get a message from someone who says, I didn't play darts until I started watching your channel. I just bought a dartboard. And it's like, that's awesome. That's the one up for me. That's exactly what I've set out to do, and that's what's happened.
Well, a job well done on that. Everyone sees the end product, the content, right? But I know firsthand there is more to it than that. I know you take it quite seriously. I see the join button there. It's a membership channel, is it?
Yeah, so that's something that YouTube just offered. It was something that's supposed to be for people with 30,000 subscribers. It's just another thing that YouTube do. So originally it was for channels which had 30,000 subscribers was the minimum, but they've started giving it out to smaller channels who are doing well. So yeah, they offered me it, and makes sense. You get a nice little icon next to your name in my chat, and I can do like members only streams and stuff. But I've not really used it to its full potential yet. But I will do at some point.
I know en route to that join button, there's a lot of work that goes into it behind the scenes. Let's start with creative. Where do you find your ideas? You're broadcasting a lot. Is it easy for you, or is it sometimes a challenge?
Ideas, yeah. Sometimes it can be a bit of a challenge. Again, because I don't want to just post any old video. Finding an idea that I like the idea of first, and then making it and then watching it back and still enjoying the video. Yeah, it's quite difficult. I try my best to make content that I think other people are going to enjoy as well, not just me. So yeah, there's quite a lot that goes into the thought process. I've got my girlfriend Bob's, who I live with, and my mum's very much, she loves to give her opinions and her ideas.
Oh, nice. I like that. That's great.
Yeah, so everyone gets involved, everyone gives me their ideas, and if I think it's good, I'll do it. If not, I probably won't.
Listen, Jack, always listen to Mum.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, I loved your lollies bit. That was very creative, original, a great idea in the end. The old dart stand, who knew? Great idea.
Yeah, that's the sort of rubbish that goes through my head when I'm trying to think of video ideas. I spend so much time on Amazon just finding stuff. Like, I bought a makeup bag the other day because it looked like a good dart case, and it was like £5 compared to like a Target £25 dart case. And it does the exact same job. I didn't make a video of it in the end, but I bought it to see if it would work and if it was feasible, and if I could convert people to using makeup bags instead of dart cases.
Yeah, there really is a wide range of topics and ideas and videos on your channel. What about analytics, the stats of your channel, views, view time, all the things in the back end that people don't see? Do you spend a lot of time on that stuff? I'm guessing you would.
Yeah, so much. I can't not check my phone every hour just to see how many subs I'm on because like I'm nearly at the next goal or something. All the time checking the analytics and stuff. And also the other thing is the analytics can kind of really help to see what people are liking, what sort of videos do well and what videos don't do well, and which ones I should make again and which ones I should not ever do again, and things like that. So yes, I look at them. I look at my analytics all the time, a good few times a day at least, and just to see what's performing and when they're performing as well. Because like I said, after the World Championships, a lot of my old videos did really well, and that means that YouTube's pushing them. So if you go through my most viewed videos, a lot of them were doing well, and I sat here and I decided that the thumbnails that I made 9, 10, 11 months ago weren't very good, so I just made new thumbnails that were a lot cleaner, a lot more clickable and a lot more appealing because YouTube were actively pushing those videos. So if my click-through rate is like 8%, so 8% of people who see the thumbnail click it, if I can make a good thumbnail and boost it up to 15%, then I'm getting twice as many views. So yeah, it's quite strategic, I think. Obviously, I'm not a genius. I don't know everything about it. There are people out there, lots and lots of people out there who could look at my channel and say you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong, you're doing this wrong. But I'm just kind of teaching myself and working it out myself and slowly learning and trying things. And if it doesn't work, I'll try something else. And if it does work, I'll keep doing that. And yeah, I mean, it's a lot of trial and error, and I think I've found a decent little formula that seems to be working for me.
It's interesting you mentioned the YouTube thumbnail because that was my next question. An interesting topic that you were recently providing some banter about on Twitter. Great tips on that. I make them myself and I try to make them catchy. There's no real strategy to my making of them. I just enjoy making them. But they are important, right? Because it's the first thing the viewer will see.
Yeah. I'll spend half an hour recording a video, maybe 2 hours, an hour to 2 hours editing it and getting it right. But I will spend at least an hour on a thumbnail now, at least, because it's so important. It's the biggest part of your channel, really. You got to make sure you have good content to follow up the thumbnail, but if your thumbnail's rubbish, no one's going to click on it in the first place. You could have the best videos ever, and if your thumbnail and your title are rubbish, no one's ever going to watch it, and no one's ever going to find out how good you are. So it's so important to make sure that it's like a book cover, isn't it? Make sure that is perfect, or that's as good as you can get it. And I look back at my old thumbnails and realise that they're not that great, but that just shows how much I've learned and how much I've kind of like just looked into things since back then. And that's why I constantly update my old thumbnails if the videos are starting to get a little bit of a push. And I try and put a lot more effort now into thumbnails than I did back then. And it does seem to work.
That is a great tip for all darts YouTubers, myself included. Speaking of all these darts YouTubers now, there's more and more of them every day. In terms of the other big channels like Matthew Edgar, the Darts Review channel, Darts Planet TV, how competitive is it at that level? Is it cutthroat or is it pretty much friendly, just do as you do?
No, it's pretty friendly. Since the start, I've always had this mindset that if one channel is, let's take those 4 channels, including mine. If one channel's doing well, everyone's doing well because people are going to be in each other's suggested videos. So if you search for Matt Edgar, if you scroll down far enough, you'll probably find one of my videos. So I think it should be a bit of a community. Everyone should work together. I mean, it doesn't quite work like that all the time, but it doesn't matter really. The thing is, no one's stealing each other's. When you play darts and you're at a dart tournament in the PDC, if you lose to someone, you've lost money. If someone gets a job interview that you went for, you're losing money. But in the YouTube terms, it's the complete opposite. And I think some people need to understand that, is that if one person does well, everyone does well for that reason. We're all being paid by Google, who run the ads on our videos, and the more views we get, the more money we earn. So if Matt's doing really well, and some of my videos are similar to Matt's, and I might get a few extra views, then that's free money because someone else has done the work. the way that I look at it anyway.
Yeah, and that's great. And I like to promote everybody, as you know, and I think that's a great suggestion there because sometimes, on darts Twitter especially, there is drama, and we'll just leave it at that. Now, you mentioned ad revenue. Without getting into your income, I did watch that video that you had of 180,000 views. If I remember correctly, it was around £411. Now, that's a pretty good payday. I guess the idea is to keep striving for that mass appeal, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. Is that the more videos you get, because I would consider that video in the space of my channel definitely a viral video. I think it's on like 270,000 views now, so it's gained like nearly 100,000 views since then. What's it on? Let's just updating. Something like that, 270,000 views. That's viral in my channel as far as my channel goes. And yeah, it earns me a nice bit of money, and I just chuck it all back into my channel. That's what I do. I did a video the other day where I reviewed 8 dartboards. I wasn't sent any of them for free. I bought them. It cost me real money that I go to work for and stuff. So I try my best to put as much money back into my channel so that my videos are better and better. The money side of it can be really good. It's made me realise what these big YouTubers are actually earning.
Right.
Because I'm doing okay. I've still got another job that I have to go to because obviously I need to pay all my bills and stuff, and YouTube doesn't quite do that for me. But it makes you realise that when people are pulling in 200,000-300,000 views a day, the sort of money that they're earning, it's just crazy. It's out there.
You keep on the right track and you will get there, my friend. You will get there. You've got 11,000 views already on your BDO versus Wayne Warren situation. That's certainly a hot button topic. A sad state of affairs, really, isn't it?
Yeah, but then again, going back onto the people who, if they're looking to make content, you need to make content that's relevant for the time. So that was another thing. It was a big point, and I thought I could make a funny video out of it, and I did. But yeah, as far as it goes, yeah, it was definitely a funny situation. Paul Nicholson was on the online darts YouTube stream last night talking about it, and yeah, it's a very odd situation. The big question is who actually owns those trophies, because I think a lot of people struggle to understand that it's actually Des who owns the trophy, so I don't know how he's managed to get his hands on them. Yeah, it's very, very weird, very funny. The internet is loving it, or Twitter is loving it anyway. The amount of Des Jacklin and Paula Jacklin memes going around at the moment is just insane. I mean, I don't think it's their fault completely, but I don't think they've helped themselves at all either. So
I don't think Wayne Warren is loving it, and if I was him, I would have buried that somewhere where no one would have found it.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea, actually.
All right, we got a few more questions here. How do you enjoy the watch parties, covering live events like Q School there last week? You were multi-screening Dart Connect. I found it very exciting, especially with the Danny Baggish win on the last day, or at least the final appearance that gets him the tour card. That's exciting stuff.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, I really enjoy the watch-along things. I started doing them like 2019, or the 2020 World Championship, so not the last one, the one before. And yeah, I found them really fun. I've seen football accounts do it and WWE accounts do it, and I thought no one's doing it for darts, so give it a go, see how it goes. And so I've been doing them quite often. I find that the TV ones are getting less fun to stream, so I'll probably take a little backseat on the TV ones. The problem being is that there are so many illegal streams on YouTube now that no one's going to come and watch my opinion of it because they don't have Sky or they don't have the TV means to watch it because someone else is actually streaming the whole thing. So, I mean, it is fun though. But when it comes to the Q School on Dart Connect, there is no cameras there. No one can watch it. So people want to find out. And I wanted to create a little area where people could come in, ask a question, I'd answer it for them, and then they could go if they wanted. Or they could stay and they could sit around and listen or chat or anything like that. And that was the plan, was to make a little bubble where people can drop in and out and say hello and find out what's going on and not have to do the research themselves, not have to go on the Darts Connect website. If they could if they wanted to, but not have to go there or not have to go and check another website to see how the rankings are looking and who's looking like they're going to win a tour card. And it went really well. It was 4 long days, like 8 hours streams. But I've enjoyed it. It was really good. I was knackered after, but it was fun.
Well, it's another great resource for darts fans, and one of the reasons you've developed a loyal following. Now, speaking of Q School, tell me about this documentary that you're planning. It kind of relates to one of your most watched videos. I train like a darts pro, massive view count there, but you're going to Q school. You'll be doing this as a documentary. So in fact, next year you will be training like a pro, or this year, I mean.
Yeah. So that's the plan. How good can I get in the space of a year? Can I even compete? Am I going to lose 6-0 every game? I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. But I think it'd be quite fun to find out, and it'd be quite fun to make a video series documenting the whole thing, and eventually go into Q school and just talking about everything, really. Talking about how I'm feeling, my emotions on the day, everything leading up to it. Like I'm not going to sit here now and say I'm definitely going to Q school, because I might not. I might still not go. The idea is to go, but if anything goes wrong, then I'm not going to just go for the sake of it. I want to go there with some sort of purpose and some sort of idea that I'm not going to lose 6-0 every single game. I like to go there at some sort of decent standard. And I've played decent darts before in the past, so I think a year's plenty to at least get to the best that I've ever been. And the best that I've ever been is good enough to win the odd game here and there and stuff. And yeah, but I'm not going there to win a tour card. I'm going there for the experience, for the content as well. That's obviously a big part of it. And I want to get better. I've got my own darts now. They go on sale on Friday night. Having my own logo on my darts has made me want to be good with them.
Right. And it's exciting to have your own brand. And I'll tell you what, I wish you luck with the darts. I wish you luck with the documentary. Here's how I see it ending. You go to Q school, and on the very last day, you pull a baggish. You win your tour card. This documentary gets screened at Cannes, and you win an award. I mean, and then you've got a whole new career, documentarian.
Yeah, but that's the other thing is if I get a tour card, what happens to the channel? I know Matt's been able to do both without any real problems, but I don't know if I've got to tame it up a little bit. Maybe I can't make videos taking the mick out of Des Jacklin and stuff like that. I don't know what's going to happen if I'm going to get like DRA fined for making a video saying that someone smells on tour. I have no idea. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I doubt I'll be getting a tour card in all honesty, but I'm going to try. I'm going to actually try and see what happens.
I'll tell you what happens, man. You get your tour card and you go and play darts for a couple of years. You give it a go. You concentrate on it. The YouTube can wait. You can do it here and there. But darts front and center for those 2 years. Make a run at it. I wish you all the best on YouTube and at the Yaki. Before I let you go, you're an ambassador for autism awareness in darts at the Henry Shield, doing some great work raising awareness there. Nice to see that you're part of it.
Yeah, no, he asked me, and it was a no-brainer. Very, very nice to be a part of it. Very nice to be asked as well. And yeah, there's not loads going on at the moment. I think COVID has got something to do with that. But whenever they start doing their own competitions or anything like that, or they go and do whatever it is that they choose to do, I'll definitely love to be there and maybe document it if they want. But yeah, it's great to be a part of. Very happy to be asked by them.
At the Darts Referee on Twitter, the Darts Referee on YouTube, Jack Langston, a pleasure, mate. Thank you so much. Appreciate your time.
No problem. Thanks for having me on.